got tired of looking for working, and I needed a bit of a break. So I'm here on the Orange Tag Trail or something like that, headed to, as you can see behind me, Lovell's Grove. And it's really quiet here. There is some background noise from distant highway and some quarrying or something going on that way. Big heavy dump truck came through and beeped at me. Anyway, I'm just walking the trail at my leisure and just enjoying the peace and quiet. Or the peace anyway, not necessarily quiet. But yeah, it's considered an easy trail. It is on all trails. Beautiful trail. You hear that? That's the dump truck. Must be some kind of quarrying or something going on, or somebody's building a house, maybe. This is a trail at the end of the road, just in the city limits of North Bay. It's a beautiful trail. So far, I love it. And I was thinking and wishing that I had a dog. Oh well. I do have my bear spray on me because there have been bear sightings here. There was one posted from June 25th. So we're October 27th. So we're at the end of October. And I'm just enjoying this. It's so nice out here. I wish I would have found this particular trail a little earlier on, because as you can see from behind me, most of the trees have lost their leaves. However, that gives me the opportunity to look for owls. Easier to find them in bare trees than it is behind leaves. And I've got pictures of what I thought might be an owl. And when I went closer to the tree, nothing moved, and I think it's just where a branch broke off. I'll have to really look at that photograph later when I get back to the car. I'd be interested to know if it was indeed an owl. That'd be kind of cool. It was really well disguised if he was. A bit of a boardwalk here, covered in leaves. I don't think they're very well attached. This trail is used year-round, and dogs are welcome on it on leash. And I'm just following blue marks. That's cool. Someone has made a bench. This place is awesome. I really, really like this trail. Must have been beautiful when all those leaves were on those trees. Let's see if these puffballs still puff. It's so cool. Look at that. Bark is just peeled back. Wow. pretty freaking amazing. I love it. So here's some other kind of mushroom. I don't know what it is. That's a beautiful log. Like, look at these things. Aren't they gorgeous? Oh, wow. I love that log. I just thought this was really neat because this is a huge, massive tree. Must have come down in a windstorm, maybe? When I first saw it, I thought it was some little fort that somebody had built, but it's not. It's all ripped up. That's massive. Mother Nature's construction. Wow. Okay, I was mistaken. It's not orange tag. It's the Orange Flag Trail to Chippewa Creek. Orange flags. So Lovell's is marked by blue. Orange, how original. Orange flag. Silly. I just want to wander through this whole bush. But when you're getting to know an area, it's a really, really good idea to stay on the trail until you're familiar. And what I do every now and then is I'll stop and I'll look on maps to see exactly where I am, to orientate myself as I'm following the trail. I'm loving this trail. Mind you, I love the forest. I'm trying to get more of an appreciation for meadow type terrain. I've always found it a little too open. So on this trail, if I don't trip and break my neck on the... Oh, we got people. Okay, you know that feeling of, oh, I got the trail to myself? Well, two gentlemen just hiked the opposite way. And one good thing, that feeling of loneliness instantly disappeared. However, the feeling of isolation also disappeared with it. And I was kind of looking for isolation. Oh, maybe I'll get it back. It's only 2 people on an hour-long trail. Actually, it takes about 2 hours to do this trail. And I'm not in a hurry, so it'll probably take me about 3 hours. In the meantime, I see something really cool. So this tree, I know it doesn't really show it, but it is so cool. An old dead tree. But what I found cool was this. All the leaves have fallen and a woodpecker's been at it, but there's like holes that you can't really tell, but that does go right through there. You can see a sliver of light at the top there. But this is so beautiful. There's moss growing on it and everything. And something lives down in there. Yeah, pretty cool forest. And it looks like up ahead we're coming to a bit of a meadow. So you know how I said a little while ago that I wasn't much for meadows. because I wasn't seeing anything really interesting in them. However, I do see an orange pole, and this is the end marker of the local airport. So we're very likely to see a plane flying overhead or something, depending on wind direction. But yeah, the trail takes us up there. So let's explore the meadow a little bit and see what we can find. Now this, of course, is a man-made meadow, but now we go to the top of that hill. That is the airport. Okay, so where does this trail go? Oh, there's a road there. It's not very well marked. There's a bit of a trail in through there. Shall we try that? It's directly across from where this one comes out. Yeah, just up over that hill is a landing strip. Looks like they've been doing some cutting down there. It's actually quite pretty, especially with the color in the fall. This would have been gorgeous about 2 weeks ago. But it's still very pretty in its own right. These things here. And if we're lucky enough, may see the arse end of a bear. I would rather see the arse end of a bear, because that means he's going away from me. Might see a few deer, or maybe even a moose, but not while we're making noise. And I'm torn between, when I walk trails like this, I'm really torn between making noise to scare away bears so that there's no potential encounter, and being quiet so that I can actually see the wildlife. But I don't know. Kind of hard. There's got to be an easy balance there somewhere. Maybe once I get more familiar with the trail itself. Because today I'm just learning it. I will definitely be back on this trail. It's so beautiful. There's still green to be seen. Looks like a big foot. And see that big rock? That looks like a little cave in there. Perfect bear den. Oh, that is cool. That is very cool. It looks dark and ominous. But I don't want to take a chance and come upon a bear. They're not in hibernation yet. It's too warm right now. But they are preparing for it. And that would be the perfect spot. I would think. A spot that I would certainly choose. Another orange flag trail. They need to name this trail something a little bit more romantic. That's a beautiful ridge up there. Oh my God, I love this area. Okay, those gents told me that there's a few trees that are downed, but nothing you can't get around. And it looks like I've encountered maybe the first one. Or do people just start going around it? Yep. Yep, they just started going around it. Look at all this wonderful moss. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, so apparently this is the beginning of the Orange Flag Trail and to Lovell's Grove. So that's a trail up there, which I think I'm gonna leave that for another day and take this one because there's a lake down here and I want to see it. So while I'm walking along, I'm keeping my eyes out for any wildlife. So far, all I've seen is crows. But I'm looking for any signs of bear, deer, moose, foxes, chipmunks, owls. I'm just starting what would you call it? Educating myself on finding owls. So we'd like to get that iconic picture. So of course I went to YouTube University, and there I learned that the best way to do it is to download an app, eBirds. There's a couple other apps too that were suggested, I just don't recall. And find out what owls are in your area. And then learn a little bit about their habits. Now the bigger owls, I believe the great horned owl is in this area. So that's a big bird to spot, which is a good thing. And what you look for at the base of the tree is sort of like as if the tree had been dripped with white paint. And we've come across a creek here. But the trail goes around over there. So we'll stay on the trail. There is a trail that way with a yellow flag. There's a trail there with an orange flag. That's an ATV trail. I'm kind of wanting to go. It looks like the trail actually crosses that. All right, well, let's go this way. I don't want to follow a rutted ATV trail. Okay, I made it back to the car. My phone died again, so I need to upgrade this phone because the battery's just not lasting. Anyway, I left for the hike at 10:15-ish, somewhere around there, and it's now 1 o'clock, so that's not too bad. It's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I said it was going to take me 3 hours, and it did. And the painkillers that I took just prior to leaving wore off about 3/4 of the way through the walk, so the last part of it was really long and short baby steps because I was starting to stiffen up, and I took more breaks and I just kept trudging along and enjoying the scenery and trying to ignore the aches and pains. But I made it. I knew I would. I mean, there was no question about that. Even if I would have had to sit down and wait for, a half hour. But usually if I sit down for that long and then start walking again, the pain comes back tenfold. So I'd rather just, take short breaks, catch my breath, and then move along. Oh, I'm exhausted now though. And tonight I gotta work in a couple hours actually. and I was asked last night by one of the drivers if I would take their shift for tonight, and it's a 4 to 8, so 4 to rush. And I said yes, because this is the Halloween weekend, and it potentially can be a very lucrative evening. Friday nights are always good to begin with, but this being Halloween, it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be better, to be honest with you. So I'm hoping to make up a bulk of my car payment this weekend, and Monday's gonna be nuts, I know that. I was even starting to overheat on the trail. I had some orange juice with me, but all I'd had for breakfast was a bagel with cream cheese, and I had coffee and an orange juice, just that much. I don't know how much is that, 300 mils. And it was nice because it gives you a sugar burst for more energy, and it really, really does help to have something like this, either a piece of fruit or something like that. And I'd forgotten I have some bananas in my fridge, and I really should be eating those. Anyway, so the trail was an awesome trail. I really, really enjoyed it. Beautiful trail. Not overly well marked, but marked enough that you could follow it. A little bit confusing with the different colored flags, and they have, oh, my sister's calling.